Morning, happy Friday. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Daybreak. Today is September 3rd. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Jesse Inman. As far as I'm concerned, it's fall. Football's in the air. It's starting to feel crispy outside when you walk out. A little, cool crisp in the air.
Now I want chicken.
Oh.
My mind went, when I heard crispy, my mind went immediately back to the chicken talk.
We can arrange that, I'm sure.
We can arrange that for later. Yeah.
Yes.
The crisp in the air. I agree. It is fall already, and we felt a little bit like it yesterday, TJ.
Yeah, you know, I was so happy about that, guys. Yeah, weather-wise, we have hit fall, and I think yesterday morning kind of had that fall-like teaser, so to speak, that feel, like you said, in the air. Today, we're a little milder, and the reason why we're tracking this next storm system, we have this warm frontal push bringing some showers and storms to our north and west. Of course, we have the cloud cover. We have more moisture in the air, especially west of the color 10 viewing area. But we're going to have that building in here at home with the help of that south to southeasterly breeze. We are dry, though, this morning. This is the live look in Springfield from our camera atop the Holland building. We're looking off to the south and west with a temperature here of 69. A little cooler to our north and east. Fort Leonard Wood at 64. It is 69 in Monette, currently 73 in Joplin. Even milder air in places like Tulsa, getting closer to the 80-degree mark. Out of the bus stop, we'll be right around that 69-degree mark, I'm thinking. For the ride on home, temperatures are spiking ahead of this cold front, nearly 90 degrees. Definitely going to be a little more humid. Chances for rain are going to be slim, but we'll talk a little more about that and what we are expecting through the remainder of our holiday weekend. Guys, coming up in just a few minutes.
People demonstrate where their commitments are by how not only they spend their money, but where do they spend their time.
Well, what do you want to do when you retire? Sometimes the answer to that question is travel or maybe being with loved ones. But our David Chazanov met a man whose answer to that question is helping others. And he is doing just that. David, tell us about this person you met that's doing some special work.
Yeah, good morning, Jesse. Tim Dunn retired in Iowa. Then he decided to return here in the Ozarks, where he actually grew up. And now he gives back to a local nonprofit. For the last 3 months, Tim Dunn has driven from Table Rock Lake to Springfield.
Oh, wow.
It happens almost every week.
Yeah, well, I asked whether there was a closer place to volunteer, and there wasn't. So this is where the need is, so this is where I'll come.
On Main Avenue, at a future Habitat for Humanity home.
Started here at the main house when it was still just being framed. I had the opportunity to work on several other Habitat homes where they needed volunteer help on a particular day.
Dunn retired back in April. He could be sitting on his couch right now if he wanted to, but instead...
I mean, I do take the opportunity to enjoy part of my retirement as well, and again, that's the great part about being a volunteer. But yeah, I mean, I've been extraordinarily blessed. God's blessed me with the ability to be retired early while I'm still in a position to physically be able to contribute.
He has helped with a couple Habitat projects in town, doing things like interior work.
When you've been as fortunate as I've been and you've been blessed financially with good health, a great family, and you know that not everybody enjoys all those blessings. It's just important.
It's what Dunn tries to remind his kids as they start their own families.
That it's not just about you, it's about others in your community, and do what you can to pitch in and help out.
He says he doesn't do this for attention or appreciation, but Habitat wanted to show some love anyway.
His commitment is just amazing, and any volunteer with Habitat is just truly amazing. It helps our team get our houses done quicker. It helps offset cost, and volunteers like Tim makes that happen.
And Dunn says his wife volunteers with him sometimes, and she actually does some painting. And his son has also helped out before, too. And if you would like to also volunteer, we will have details in this story on our website. That's ozarksfirst.com.
All right, David, thank you. And speaking of helping others, tens of thousands of utility crew members from across the country are headed to the Gulf Coast. They will be helping to restore power for the nearly 1 million people in the dark following Hurricane Ida. Nixa Utilities has sent 4 crew members to help. City Utilities of Springfield says it isn't able to respond to this with its people, but it's helping in a different way, indirectly. CU works with contracts to maintain the city's system. All of those contractors have been released to assist in hurricane relief. The lack of those workers will stretch CU crews thin in the coming days.
Our guys carry that burden even more heavily because not only do they have a construction schedule to keep up with, but if something happens in the night, after hours, on weekends, we have poles hit all the time. Any type of damage that goes on, they've got to respond to those emergencies. So the same amount of work spread across fewer people when all those other folks have left town.
CU is now also waiting to see if there is an impact on materials. There was already a nationwide shortage of things like poles and transformers. Much of what was available will now be headed south.
Hurricane Ida evacuees are now finding temporary relief in Arkansas, and they're facing a new challenge, finding more long-term shelter. More than 1,500 people evacuating from Louisiana have called the city of Little Rock looking for help. The city of Little Rock says they're doing what they can to help people. Housing director Kevin Howard says they have around $47,000 that they're using to help pay for hotels and evacuees, hotels for evacuees rather. They're doing 3-day hotel stays for families in need, and so far the city has helped 40 families and they have 135 people they are working with. Meanwhile, some say they're just running out of money and hoping to figure things out.
And now let's check in with TJ for a look at our forecast this morning. We have traffic 10 patrolling the streets. Some rain expected later on today, but not right now, right, TJ?
Yeah, it's dry right now, Jen, which is great. The morning commute, not expecting any issues here as we head into work or head into school. This is our Daybreak Live Drive. Of course, we mentioned traffic. Tim keeping his eye on the conditions. None right now, no issues. But we do have some flash flood watches that have been issued for at least some of us. We'll talk a little more about this, let you know how much rain we could see, and of course, the rest of our holiday weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Jesse Inman, and weather and meteorologist TJ Springer. This is Color 10 News Daybreak. And now weather with meteorologist TJ Springer, certified by Weather8 for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
We are tracking our next cold front, our next storm system that is going to move into the Ozarks through the rest of our Friday into the first half of our holiday weekend. The good news is we're not expecting a washout of a weekend. Wanted to get that out there, plain and simple, at least up front. And also, I know we're going to talk a little more about Labor Day and grilling and barbecuing. We had our last backyard barbecue last night, and I wanted to say make sure you tune in this morning. Click on over from us over to Ozarks Fox AM. We're going to announce the winner. Lots of prizes on the line, so make sure you do that. We'll have, of course, a lot more fun starting at 7 o'clock over there on Ozarks Fox. Satellite and radar showing the moisture. This is moving our way. This is going to come from the storm system that has been stationed out to our west, has been positioned out that way. This is the warm front. This is what's moving in and providing that lift to spark the storms here this morning. We have the cloud cover in play. We'll see some sunshine. Definitely not as much as what we've seen over the last few mornings, comparing today to the last few. Here's the view in Branton. We're dry. We're starting off with that cloud cover overhead. The same goes for us in the metro. Taking a peek outside your door, we have 69 degrees as we take that live glance south and westward over Park Central Square. The wind a little breezy coming in out of the south to southeast at almost 15. But look at this, the dew point still quite nice. Still feels pretty good out there sitting in the low 60s. But the milder air is moving in, and so is the muggier air. Conditions to our west, close to 80 degrees in some spots, but out to the east, it's cooler. Fort Leonard Wood 64, 60 on the nose there. In West Plains, some of the low-lying areas may be getting closer to the upper 50s. We have 66 in Branton and Harrison, Arkansas. It is 68 degrees in Camdenton and Lake Ozark. We're introducing Rizzo this morning on our wagging and walking forecast. Looks like a walk or some playtime is in order, at least from the looks of this photo. Temperatures today are going to be back into the upper 80s. It's going to be a steamy afternoon ahead of this cold front. And I did introduce the yellow pall there just because of that slim chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm. Now, all of us will see those, but chances will be higher to the north and west of Springfield. So make sure you have that Color 10 and Ozarks Fox weather app downloaded. Let's time it down on Futurecast. Here is that moisture. This is lunchtime. This is noon. We're seeing some possibly stronger storms, maybe some, well, definitely downpours, maybe some embedded hail, the possibility of some gusty winds. Again, this is from the warm front. We're going to see these continue to work down to the south and east as we head through the rest of our Friday afternoon into the evening commute time frame. I think catching kind of a break as that moves away. Then we shift our attention to the cold front. That's going to bring more storm development as we head through the overnight. Now we're at 11 o'clock, so we're getting closer to the wee hours of our Saturday, expecting showers and thunderstorms to develop on and off through the nighttime into the start of our Saturday morning. I think we'll have some of those showers and thunderstorms around, and we're going to keep them around through much of the daytime tomorrow. I mentioned the potential for a rogue stronger storm. We do have that marginal risk introduced from the Storm Prediction Center, meaning a couple of storms could include some small hail, maybe some brief gusty winds. Stay weather aware, again, north and west of I-44 mainly. The other hazard with this storm system is going to be the heavier rain north and west of Springfield. I think a widespread inch plus is possible, and that is why we do have flash flood watches that have been posted from the National Weather Service for any county shaded in green through 1 o'clock tomorrow. So remember the phrase, turn around, don't drown. Our certified most accurate 70 forecast shows the light at the end of the tunnel. Sunday, some showers south of town possible. It will be cooler. It will be drying out. 81, 88 on Monday. Our Labor Day looking great. Warmer, not humid though. It looks like our temperature spike ahead of our next cold front, which moves in on Tuesday, 91. We're back into the lower 80s by the time we get into our Wednesday. And look at this. There's the fall-like taste, guys. 59 waking up on Thursday morning.
All right, yes, looking like at least a good latter half of the Labor Day weekend here. If you have a birthday today, let's take a look at a couple celebrities that you share it with. Up first, Shaun White from Carlsbad, California, oddly enough, from the same hometown as Tony Hawk.
Oh, I didn't realize
snowboarder,
that.
Skateboarder, the two goats, somehow from the same hometown. I'm going to say Shaun White is 42.
Oh, really?
Shaun White is turning 44 today.
He is 43 today.
Say, split the difference.
Is he 4?
What?
Wow, he's been around for a long time. Probably because he's been doing this since he was like
3 years old.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Probably.
Do you miss his long hair, his long red hair? I kind of miss it.
I do. Carrot Top-esque. All right, Maria Bamford. All right, so, guys, I don't know who this is. Let me take a stab here.
Stand-up comedian. I'm not familiar
54.
with that.
Either.
She's a voice actor. I'm sure we've.
58.
She is. Let me look at the picture. 60. I don't know. Probably went to. 51. Did you even guess?
I said 52.
Oh, you said 52?
Yeah.
Oh, you were close, Jess.
You were close.
Actually, I don't know.
You have been doing that this week.
Yeah.
You
I
have,
gotta.
Dang.
Whatever I think, just go a year lower.
Just go a year lower, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's say happy birthday to some of our viewers this morning. Happy birthday, Rohan Shah, Lance DeBarge, and GP DeLong. Happy birthday to y'all. If you have a birthday or anniversary you want us to announce here, send us an email. That's birthdays@color10.com.